Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Excellency Kiai Haji Muhammad Hasan Mutawakil Alaullah SIMM as a Director of Zainul Hasan Boarding School, Honorable Dr. Abdul Aziz Wahab PAMAG as a Director of Zainul Hasan University, and Honorable to Mr. Ferry as a Lecturer Select Reading. Okay, here I will read chapter when to use female nouns. Today's topic in the use of feminine nouns such as actress and comedian. These days, people often see such terms as sexist, but it's also common to hear at least some of them. So, what exactly are the modern rules for using such term? Actually, this is matter of grammar. It's about writing to minimize the potential for readers to draw conclusion you don't want to convey. Other languages have more feminine nouns. It closely works in some languages. Most nouns have different for different sex. For example, in Spanish, a male lawyer is an abogado, and female lawyer is an abogado. For the more in some languages, even verb can have different forms depending on the sex of their subject. In Hebrew, ra means so. For masculine subject, will write means so. For feminine subject, in Mandarin Chinese, a man can marry a woman, but a woman can only be married to a man. Even in English, there used to be more female-specific nouns than there are now. Countries ago, people used no absolute nouns such as teacher, soldiers, and ministers. The fact that English has mostly abandoned female-specific nouns like theirs is probably part of the reason that the remaining ones dance to attract attention. Pirates nouns are okay. Sometimes male and female specific nouns don't suggest problematic message. Pairs such as prince and princess, duke and duchess, about an abyss, or unjustifiable in this part. The male specific term never refers to both males and female, even though it might be confident to have a more to refer to any child of a king or queen. Prince can only mean a king or queen's son. So, if the sexes are treated equally, each one having its own term, the female specific term is probably okay. Some gender-neutral nouns such like attendant have become standard. The next is cases or those where a gender-neutral term has become popular in recent decades. Gender-neutral terms such as firefighter, police officer, mail carrier, and flight attendant have gained currency. Definitely use this. Problem arises when a noun exists to call out only one sex. The troublesome cases are when we have one term that can refer to either sex, and another that refers only to woman. Take the word other. It can refer to man or woman in a sentence such as or against represent many others. But if you use other to refer to writers of either sex and the exclusively feminine others to refer to female authors you now have a way of referring specifically to female authors, but no way of referring specifically to male authors. The implication is that most authors are male, and that it's worth pointing out when one of them is. As the Cambridge Grammar of the English Language says, the market them suggests some difference in status and may imply lower standard or achievement. Is there ever a good reason to read female doctor? Make sure your words are relevant. The guidelines suggest in Garner's Modern American Use and the Merriam-Webster Dictionary of English use into avoid using in gender-specific noun only sex is relevant to the discussion. Usually, isn't sex knows those typical matter when you're talking about doctor or other, for example. But what about when sex is relevant? Another case is point actress, male and female. Actors usually play different kinds or roles, so it's useful for people in show business to make this distinction. If actresses save them from having to use female actor, why not use it? Unfortunately, even if you follow this guideline of using gender-neutral nouns from it, most cases and gender-specific nouns only when sex is relevant, the problem remains you'll end up using female-specific. In cases like this, where linguistic change is hogging the usage of the audience you're writing for can be a good guide. If a certain community uses actresses where they are clearly not devaluing women's acting, feel free to do likewise. If there is an actor across the board, you may want to follow suit. Summary: if there are gender-neutral drum in general use it. If they're not, but the masculine and feminine nouns stay in their own territory, then use them. Be careful when one drum can refer to either sex, another drum refers only to women, and no drum refers only to men. In the case, avoid referring to a person's sex if possible, and if it's not, carefully assess the using of your audience, but remember that these rules are just shortcuts. What matters is getting across the message you want to send and trying to block those you don't. Okay, I think for enough. Bila saya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.